quick explanation of the first evaluating perspectives of rule in India. So these are two twinned passages in the notebook, but one from an Indian perspective and one from a British perspective after 1940, after the Raj has been in rule for a while after the fall of the Sepoy Rebellion. And so what we're going to do is look at this. I'm going to hide my big head here, and we're going to look at this. And when we look at this, we're going to say that is the author Indian or British, and clearly Sir A.R. Marriott, the author is clearly the author is British here, and therefore, in what ways does he say the British has benefited? Well, we look back. Proudly British brains, British enterprise, British capital have, in a material sense, transformed the face of India for the better. Means of communication have been developed, innumerable bridges, over 40,000 miles of railway, 70,000 miles of metal roads, testify to the skill and industry of British engineers. Irrigation works at a stupendous scale that brought 30 million acres under cultivation, and thus greatly added to the agricultural wealth of a country which still lives mainly upon its agriculture. For all these remarkable achievements, India is wholly indebted to the genius of British administration. But without the British rule, the Indians could never have accomplished these feats on their own. So in what ways does he say it's good? He's saying that they modernized the country, right? They modernized the country with bridges, railways, metal roads, and irrigation, bringing more agriculture, which is really the key, which is really a big key. So if you think about this as, number two, what is it has benefited? Here are the ways they benefited through modernizing the country, adding communication along the way as well. So these are the ways that they think about the ways that they modernize. But then the other thing you want to think about is you think about knowing what you know about imperialism. Why would the British put so much effort into building these things? Was it really to benefit them? Yeah, I mean, think about this. Think about the classic mercantilism. The British put a lot of effort to benefit to themselves, to show their power, not to benefit the Indians. It wasn't necessarily for them. It was that they could extract the natural resources, the markets that they needed, and this enabled them to do this. And the key word here, in an efficient manner, right? Because building infrastructure. All this infrastructure will allow you to do this in an efficient manner. Okay. The other thing, what do you think the author would want everyone to believe that India was improved by the British? Why do you think the author wanted to believe that? Well, of course, they want to justify their colonization. As the Indians are starting by 1932, the Indians are really starting to get irritated with the British Raj and the rule, and nationalism is really starting to begin to rule the day. So they really want to start overthrowing it. This is going to start leading into Gandhi. And if you think about this for a moment, you have, and then the next one is perspectives on the discovery of India by Nehru. And in class, I recorded this piece of class, so you can look at the video in class if you want a little perspective on this one. This is from the Indian author, and he's going to have different thoughts. And you can look at the class video. You kind of want, if you need guidance on the different thoughts that he's going to have. From his perspective, he's going to say, no, it wasn't that great. This is 1946, just as the British are about to be overthrown.